Hello, souls! I am Valeria Maritza from Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. Today, I want to talk to you about acceptance, being accepted, feeling accepted, accepting others, and so on. I did a meditation this past week all about on acceptance, and it just came to me. I was not looking for it. I was not thinking I needed this. It was just something, those things that just kind of happen, divinely guided. And so I did. And I kid you not, in the middle of it, I had tears dropping down my cheeks. They were just rolling. And I understood that this was such a deep wound within me that it was clearing so much, it was touching such tender areas in my body that it was just releasing and releasing. It was beautiful. It was difficult. It was unexpected. And I came to the realization of how much we as human beings need this type of healing, of being completely accepted, right? And how we feel so disconnected, not only from other people or maybe um, clubs, niches, right? Everywhere you go, kids at school, they create their own little groups and they exclude others. At work, the same thing, right? Parents at schools, they create their own areas, and then others are excluded. And it happens to everyone. Even if you are in such a niche or in such a club, you always feel deselected from other places, like I don't belong, the part of not belonging. I'm not accepted for who I am. I'm not seen for who I am. But the biggest part is really when we do not accept ourselves for who we are and where we are in life. So it's a huge, huge can of worms that just opened up in my consciousness, in my awareness. And when I did this, I knew instantly that I needed to share this with my community. So, in my private Facebook group, Healing Through You, I am doing a healing tonight. Um, but over here on this podcast, I wanted to talk to you about it and go deeper into what it means. And it is no surprise that one of my freebies is also a meditation that's called Love and Acceptance. This was channeled from the Arcturian light and energy. And this was one of my very first works that I did. And it's a really amazing meditation to allow yourself to feel accepted, accept others, feel and receive love, give love to others. It is really like the whole yin and yang, full circle kind of energy to forgive yourself and allow yourself to receive um, for your highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to you. So, no surprise here. I've always been connected to this. Have done my own meditation, which, by the way, you can get at my free meditation through my website, and you can receive that healing. But this particular healing that I was doing a couple of days ago, which I'm going to do for the community tonight, is going to be so what's the word, wholesome, huge. It's going to just encompass so much. I highly recommend you guys come to it if you can. And if you cannot make it for whatever reason, or if you miss it because you listen to this at a later time, I will also be uploading it to my YouTube channel. So yeah, it's going to be everywhere because it is that important. So I want to talk to you about how we feel disconnected and therefore not accepted into different groups of people. So that's the first one, because that is the very first thought of awareness that most people come up with when we talk about acceptance, right? We talk about acceptance, and one of the first things is like, oh, do I accept others? Or am I accepted in others? And that is the first type of way, right? I mean, we have been taught about being accepted and getting accepted as a good thing since we're little, right? If you live in a place where you have to apply for a school, right, to get accepted to that school, you have to do all of these things and put out your list of resumes and accolades in order to be accepted to the school. It used to be just for colleges and universities, but now it's like high school and even uh, lower grade schools. If your parents are putting you in a place that has that type of system, right? That people want to go to these other places that are supposedly better if you have the right qualifications. Are you accepted or not, right? People are posting on Facebook, oh, my child got accepted to X, Y, and Z, right? It's a big, great deal because we are thriving to be accepted. So what happens to the people who do not get accepted, which is most of us, right? Most of the people. If you have a specific high school or college and they take 100 new kids, new freshmen every year, you know what's going to happen to the other thousands of kids who applied to it? They're not going to be accepted. And then you have this um, shadow in on you, right? Like, oh, I didn't get accepted to my choice of school or whatever, right? It goes on with high school, and then college. Then it goes on to your job, right? You're going to apply for a job and they have all of these applicants, you don't get it, and then you feel not accepted, right? Rejected. There must be something wrong with you, right? And then that whole way of thinking has the parents who are wanting something better for their kids begin younger and younger to schools that have these systems so that they can get accepted into more affluent schools that will almost guarantee them to be accepted at the next level and the next level and the next level. And that's the mentality that we have, and the mentality that is ingrained in us as the right way of being. And so when it comes to feeling accepted and connecting that to the way that we feel as being good enough or not good enough. If I'm not accepted, then I must not be good enough. And then that just adds to us feeling inadequate or not good enough, right? Which is a really huge, gigantic thing that we're all healing right now. So that's one way, right, that we want to be accepted. Then you have the friends, right? The friends in school, the friends at work, the friends of colleagues, or just even your neighbors, feeling accepted for who you are. Do you need to, or do you feel you need to act a certain way, dress a certain way, buy a certain things, drive a certain car, eat certain types of foods, do certain types of activities in order to be accepted by the people around you? I know we met a couple. They had some kids, and oh my goodness, their schedule was so full. It's like, okay, we're going to the birthday party from this hour to that hour. Then we have baseball from this hour to that hour. Then we're going to the ballet at that time. And it's like a Sunday where it should be time for family time and all of these nice experiences. Yes, they are all forming all of these experiences, but it was also very, very um, stressful because I only have this much time for here, and then I have to run because I have another event going to, and then I have to run to the next one and the next one, and fitting in 4 or 5 different things in one day to give the children a really filled life becomes really stressful. I mean, what happened to the days of having nothing to do, being bored, when your imagination begins to develop, when you begin to dream things because there's just nothing else to do? We don't have that anymore. We don't have the time to just chill, relax, and feel good about it. This is important because in today's society, doing nothing is mostly seen as being lazy or not having enough aspirations or wanting to have enough anything. It's like, yeah, you're not doing anything. Like, what is that? You should, being a very judgmental word here, be doing something, be working towards XYZ, whatever it is, right? That is where we live right now. And kids and even adults are always engaged in something. Look at the cell phones, right? everybody's addicted to them. You cannot put it down. It's very, very difficult to find someone and have a real conversation where you're looking at them face to face, enjoy the day, enjoy the conversations and the connections without actually checking your phone for a message for social media, or picking up your phone so you can take a picture to post it on social media and show everybody else what you're doing. Being in the moment no longer is being in the moment, because we're always aspiring to meet the demands of others so that we can be part of the club and be accepted. And that is not a healthy way of being, because it really is exhausting at all levels, of all different people, all different ages. It's exhausting to need to continue to do things that are not part of your true self. Like, do you really want to go and take pictures of yourself on that skateboard doing that flip so you can show the world of people you don't really know that you can do this and get extra likes? How hard is it? What happened to doing the flip on the skateboard just for the pure fun of it, right? Okay, it's a different way of being, but the pressure of needing to act and perform and put it out there does not allow us to have the time to just be. And then also, everything is connected to how many likes you get and how many people saw it and what are the comments and all of that stuff. That's the whole social media thing, right? And if you don't get enough, then you feel what? Not accepted or not good enough. Again, the same exact thing. What I want you to know, what my guys want you to know, and your guys want you to know, is that you are perfect the way you are, and that everything and anything that you choose to do is perfect for you, and that you don't need to be showing up, defending, or explaining what you want to do in the moment. You can just be if that's what you want to do. You can just go to the beach and just lay on the sand and do nothing else if that's what you want. You don't have to bring a book so that you can look busy. You don't have to go and create a sandcastle or anything else. You don't have to do these things. You can just be, relax, chill, breathe in the air, and just recharge for who you are without someone needing to tell you that there's other things that you could be doing. Just being accepted for who you are. So I'm going to encourage you, and this is the first time I do this in my podcast, to go check out my website. On the part that it says links and freebies, you can get my free meditation. You subscribe to my newsletter, and you can get my love and acceptance meditation completely free. And it is so important to be able to do that and accept yourself the way you are, because it all begins with you. And then you begin to feel so sure about yourself that being accepted in other places, in the groups, with the schools, with the friends and neighbors or whatever else it is, it doesn't have the big importance anymore. Once you accept yourself and you're able to see yourself and accept you for who you are, this is what I am, this is who I am, this is what I look like, this is what I like to do, and I'm okay with that. I accept myself, I love myself, I just so grateful for me, for my body, for the things that I like to do, for the ideas that come into my mind. I am so grateful for me. I accept myself. I accept that I just want to lay down and sleep, and it's only 11 o'clock in the morning. It's okay. It's okay to want to do that and to do it and not feel guilty if that's what you want to do, right? So I'm just giving you an example. So accept yourself. You can use that meditation if you like, or maybe you can look up a different meditation somewhere else about acceptance, and allow yourself to be seen and loved by you, by your super you, by your soul you, by you out of your body looking at yourself, so to speak, and love yourself. And then from there, the other parts of you, where you want to be accepted at work, where you want to be accepted at school, where you want to be accepted by your neighbors, by by the society around you, that will start to feel less demanding from you when you are able to stand true to you and be okay with that and not have to explain it to anyone, not feel guilty about what you're doing. How many of you have taken a nap or lay down, not even getting to sleep, and felt guilty the entire time that you're doing that because there's so much more that you have to do, quote unquote, or need to do? Such as it could be looking for a job, it could be cleaning a house, it could be making dinner, it could be taking care of the kids, it could be cutting the grass on the yard, it could be going shopping, it could be whatever, right? Fill in the blank. It's the same thing that happens when we eat something, right? I know somebody who every time this person goes to have a treat, such as cake or chocolate, they tell themselves, oh my gosh, I should not be eating this. This is so bad for me. Acceptance of, I really want this and I want to enjoy it and do it, instead of feeling so incredibly guilty that this is not the right type of food, that it might be hurting my body. Because that's the belief, right? If you're going to be feeling so guilty about eating something, that I cannot even enjoy it without saying those things out loud, or to other people who might be around you watching you eat it, because you have to give some type of excuse that as to why you're doing it and eating it and putting it in your body, in your mouth, right? How many of you have had that experience? How many of you had taken food and eaten it while you're hiding from your family or others? How many of you have gone for seconds while everything's put away and everybody went to the other room to just chillax, and you're like running to the kitchen to just get an extra bite, and you're doing it but hiding because of the shame? I cannot just enjoy this extra bite because people are going to look at me as fill in the blank, whatever your belief is. Because people don't do things like that without having a belief that is harmful and judgmental towards ourselves. So accept yourself. Be sure and true on who you are and what you want to do, why you want to do it for you, not to explain to other people why you're doing it, not to explain to others so that you can feel better. Feel good about it on your own, without the guilt, without the guilt of, I could be doing better. Because you know what? You cannot be doing better. You are doing the best that you can, because you're a divine being of light. Everything that you do, even when you're putting yourself down and judging yourself, is part of your divine journey. Your guides, God, the angels, are all here loving and supporting you. They only see the true source of you, which is pure love and light. Nothing you can do and choose is wrong. Enjoy every single moment of your life on this planet, because that's what you came here for. You came here to experience and have feelings and enjoy it. It's all here for you. The guilt, the shame, the feelings of feeling less than, those are all conditioned things that we have learned through the times by our ancestors, through our ancestors, our parents, our teachers, anyone who we always saw as a child as having some type of authority over us because they know better, just because they're older, right? That's the belief as a child, from a child's point of view, that they must know better because they are older, when in fact, most of the time it's the children who know better because they haven't been completely tainted or um, brainwashed yet. We come in to the world with the knowing, right? We come in with the connection of being able to discern what's right and wrong, what's better and what's worse. what is kind and what isn't. We know, kids know these things. And as we grow older and we begin to believe the things that we are taught by with whomever it is that is raising us, that's when we begin to forget who we truly are. Love and light, that's who you truly are. And then all of these extra feelings of shame and guilt and sadness and even envy begin to enter our body, and then we believe that that's who we truly are. And then when we take things, we do actions that we feel are not the best for us, we judge ourselves and are not accepting ourselves for who we are in the moment. I hope this is helpful for you. I hope this is a little bit of eye opening for you into who we are, why we're here, and how to navigate these times. And I encourage you to do an acceptance meditation healing. Again, you can grab mine through my website, or you can just look anything up on YouTube. Just look it up, you know, acceptance meditation, love and acceptance meditation, anything like that, that will help you feel and connect with the true you inside and begin to heal those wounds. Much love and light to you. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.